us with an exclusive news break because 5 years after the Delhi riots, this is a stunning revelation that has been made by the police in the Supreme Court of India. The Delhi police has told the top court that the violence was not spontaneous, not a street outburst, but part of an organized regime change operation. So the Delhi police in its affidavit has put it in black and white that what happened during the Delhi riots in 2020 was part of an organized regime change operation. In the affidavit, they mention how this was a premeditated plan, and they say that this was a plan to trigger unrest, to deepen communal divisions, and to embarrass the government at the highest level during Donald Trump's visit. The affidavit comes when the Delhi police was opposing bail for Umar Khalid. The Delhi police drew a link between the anti-CA protests and the 2020 riots, and they called it a pre-planned conspiracy aimed at striking at the heart of India's sovereignty and integrity by destroying communal harmony and instigating an armed rebellion. So extremely, important revelations made here. My colleagues Harish, Shubhangi and also Bhavtosh are with us. Going first up to Harish, who's accessed the affidavit. Here the mention of the intent, where the Delhi police says in the affidavit that the intent of the 2020 Delhi riots was to ensure regime change. It's a huge revelation coming in the Supreme Court. Has this kind of a revelation been made earlier as well, Harish?
It's a very crucial affidavit filed by the Delhi police on the eve of the bail hearing of main accused Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam. Tomorrow, bench led by Justice Arvind Kumar will be taking up the bail applications. So this affidavit making a very startling revelation, saying that the 2020 Delhi violence was not a spontaneous protest but a part of an organized regime change operation carefully crafted to destabilize India's internal harmony and international standing. And it goes on to say that the present case is not a regular protest or riot matter, but rather a premeditated, well-orchestrated conspiracy to commit unlawful activities threatening the unity, integrity and sovereignty of India. And directly answering Supreme Court's question on the last hearing, why these accused are not entitled to bail as they have already spent 5 years in prison. The Delhi police says that there have been attempt on the behalf of the accused itself to delay the framing of charges by filing frivolous petitions and coordinated non-cooperation. This is another very, very big charge coming in from the affidavit. It also says that material on record, including the chats referencing US President Donald Trump's established beyond doubt that instant conspiracy was pre-planned to be executed at the time when US President was to make an official visit.
Yes.
This was done to draw attention of international media and to make the issue of CAA a global issue by portraying it as an act program of the Muslims community in India. The issue of CAA was carefully chosen as to serve as a radicalizing catalyst, camouflage in name of peaceful protests. So very, very significant charges coming in from the prosecution, from the Delhi police on the eve of the crucial Supreme Court hearing as far as bail application filed by Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam is concerned.
Yes, so this affidavit, Harish, puts the spotlight on one of the biggest revelations in the investigation so far. And this investigation goes on to term the entire intent of the conspiracy behind the riots to be one where, it was to bring about regime change. The spotlight is on the regime change revelation and how the police investigated what they call a regime change blueprint. Going across to Bhavtosh, my colleague. Bhavtosh, it's a shocking revelation. The Delhi police has made a watertight case at a time when there are still multiple groups who are rallying behind both Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam fighting for their rights. But the cops have said it in the affidavit in the Supreme Court that this was an attempt to paralyze the state by fueling street violence under the guise of protest.
Yes, Sagrika, in fact, when the hearing happened earlier this week, Justice Kumar asked Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju that he should file the affidavit and there should be something new, because he also noted that for past 5 years, the 12 accused in this case who have not got bail, they are still incarcerated and there has been no framing of charge. Having said that, Delhi police has now filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court. As you rightly mentioned, it has said that there was an attempt to regime change. If we go by the Delhi High Court order that was given around 2 months back, Delhi High Court order in fact said that conspiracy does not mean one has to be present at the riot site. It can happen even through WhatsApp. It also mentioned that the delay has happened on the account of the accused, and importantly, it also said that as far as Umar Khalid is concerned, he made that speech at Amravati on 17th February, whereas the riots happened on 24th February. He said that that speech was in fact heard by many people on WhatsApp groups. This particular order was also criticized, the Delhi High Court order, and rightly Umar Khalid and others have now approached the Supreme Court. We are waiting for his counsels to in fact present their side of the story in the Supreme Court.
Right.
But Delhi police has made a new, in fact a very sensational charge against Umar Khalid and others, that there was an attempt to regime change.
Yes, so this revelation becomes very important because now the focus is on what the Delhi police is saying. The Delhi police says that the intent was to ensure there is a regime change. Thank you so much, Bhavtosh and Harish, for joining us. Let's also shift our focus to the poll-bound state of Bihar, where Home Minister Amit Shah